it's a guaranteed catch, so I'm going to use a pineapple berry for the extra candies, and we're going to secure the catch. And there we go, we got the shiny Origin Palkia. So let's see, spatial rend, yes or no? What's up everybody, my name is BVMSerious and welcome back to another Pokemon Go video. Today is day 2 of the Pokemon GO Tour Sinnoh event. Before I go any further into the contents of today's video though, I do want to take this time right now to say that if you're brand new to my channel and you want to see more stuff like this in the near future, then please consider hitting that subscribe button down below. Also be sure to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new future content from this channel. But anyways, with that being said, let's get straight into it. Alright, so I am once again back here at the pavilion for day 2 of GO Tour Sinnoh. It looks to pretty much just be the same stuff really, so same starter Pokemon and raids, same legendaries and raids, nothing too different. Obviously we still got the retention of the rotational habitats and everything, no new special research or anything. So really, pretty much day 2 is just going to be spent for general shiny checking, as this is pretty much just a second chance of redemption because of the fact that I didn't really do so well yesterday for shinies because of just how cold it was. Temperature wise today, it's actually a lot better than it was yesterday. No harsh wind, no harsh cold weather or anything. I can actually comfortably like hold my camera and my phone at the same time, so it's kind of nice. And speaking of new shinies, actually right before I left my house, I got this shiny Pikachu with Lucas's hat, so that is a nice new shiny to my collection. So already starting the day off quite strong, but let's see how long that's gonna last though. Okay, so I ended up getting really lucky and I found myself a second shiny Pikachu with Lucas's hat. So we're gonna go ahead, get that Ultra Ball ready and throw Golden Raz on it and then be prepared to secure the catch, because obviously Pikachu has a stupid low catch rate, so we're gonna catch this thing. Alright, but there we go, we just got that Pikachu. Let's just go ahead and check and see its stats and all. Yeah, well, it's actually pretty good for a shiny Pikachu at least. Obviously for this event, I'm only concerned about the event 2-kilometer eggs and 10-kilometer eggs and all that stuff, because I really want to try and hatch some really good shinies and stuff out of those eggs. So yeah, like I said, I'm pretty much just shiny checking still. Got quite a bit of stuff here, and I also went ahead and activated the adventure effect for Palkia Spatial Rend so I could get more, squeeze in some more spawns and stuff. My shiny luck is already better than the first hour than it has been yesterday, that's for sure. Alright, so we've officially made it into the Ancient Groves habitat in the first rotation, and while I was doing a route, I happened upon my first shiny white striped Basculin. So we're going to go ahead and use a Golden Raz and an Ultra Ball, and we are going to secure the catch, because I definitely want this. Especially if Basculegion is actually going to be a thing for this, then that means I'm going to need 2 of these. And we just got the white striped Basculin, so there we go. Obviously, I'm also going to be looking for IVs on these Basculin too, because if Basculegion is going to be something good for PvP, then I definitely want to get a hold of one. Oh, and there we go. The sky also just changed appearance too. I love the kind of like pinkish sky with like the pink ripples and stuff in the sky. I think that's a nice little feature for this habitat. Alright, so I've just now reunited with my dad because he was MIA yesterday from being a little sick and stuff, but we're all good today, and I just did a Origin Palkia raid, and this ended up being a shiny one, so I'm really happy about this because I really wanted one. So now, because it's from a raid, it's a guaranteed catch, so I'm going to use a pineapple berry for the extra candies, and we're going to secure the catch. And there we go, we got the shiny Origin Palkia. So let's see, spatial rend, yes or no? No, it does not have spatial rend, unfortunately, because obviously I picked Diamond, it does not come with it, and the IVs really aren't that great too, but it's a shiny, I'll take it. 4th shiny so far, so I am actually quite happy with the outcome. Well, not a shiny I was hoping for, but it's still a shiny Gibble nevertheless, so we're gonna catch it. So right now we are currently in the 3rd habitat of the day, the Toxic Digs habitat, and this is where Stunky is now starting to appear. So far I've not gotten another shiny one yet, but I'm hoping to actually get a second one before the day lets out. And also me and my dad are currently using the party play functionality to not only do tasks, but also to boost our damage in raids. Alright, so literally with just 3 minutes to spare in the Toxic Digs habitat, I got lucky and got my second shiny Stunky. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and use a Golden Raz and an Ultra Ball where you're going to secure the catch. I think I also got lucky because I was using the Spatial Ren functionality with my Origin Palkia, and that's why I was able to find this. But there we go, we just got it. Alright, so after just doing a Origin Dialga raid, I happened upon a shiny one, and this is my first one. I already have a Pineapple Berry on it because, again, it's from a raid, and the catch is guaranteed. So we're just going to throw the ball and secure that catch. Well, once it stops attacking, of course. And there we go, we got the Origin Dialga. And it also has Roar of Time, too, so... Let's see, could check the stats, and nah, not that great, but still shiny though. After some time passed, our friend Ahmad Lovin Naho joined up with us once again, and together we had a nice eventful afternoon, and close to sunset, we all disbanded.
Many hours later.
Alright, so now that day 2 of GO Tour Sinnoh is officially behind us, it is now time for me to show off my shiny haul for all of day 2. So everything you see from this first shiny Pikachu with Lucas's hat, all the way up to this 96% Origin Form Dialga is my shiny haul for all of day 2. Now I'm definitely really impressed with the 96% shiny Dialga. Actually, this is my highest IV Dialga that I've gotten between both days. So this is definitely something to be very proud of. Definitely going to be powering up this one for use in not only for raids, but probably even the Go Battle League as well. And then obviously everything from this normal shiny Dialga all the way up to the shiny Origin Dialga is my entire shiny haul between both days, which actually ended up coming out to be a grand total of 18 shinies. Obviously day 1 I only ended up getting 5 shinies because day 1 just wasn't the best day with it being really cold outside, and not to mention I feel like shiny luck just wasn't on my side. So it's a big obvious that day 2 was clearly the far more better day for me in terms of just shiny luck, and just like the weather was more permissible for me to actually do, so I was able to really grind for those shinies and stuff. And I feel like only the Pokemon that actually had boosted shiny rates were like all that I was really seeing. I really wasn't seeing much of anything else. Obviously there were some shiny Pokemon that like I really wanted from 4th generation that I unfortunately didn't get. Things like Skorupi and Chatot and, you know, stuff like that. My day 2 haul was really nice. It was nice to get the Pikachu, both different kinds of Pikachus, the one with the Lucas hat and the one with the female player character hat from Legends Arceus. I also ended up getting a shiny Uxie in the wild. Unfortunately, I didn't get a shiny Mesprit, but that just means that, you know, obviously the Lake Trio will come back at a later point in time, and that just means I'll just have to grind for shiny Mesprit then when it comes back. Obviously, I'm definitely happy that I finally got the shiny family for Stunky, and, you know, getting the Origin forms of both Dialga and Palkia, and I also did get a shiny Chingling out of a egg as well, so I'm definitely really happy with this one because now I have a shiny Chingling and a Chimecho. And I was hoping to get 2 shiny White Stripe Basculin, but I only got 1, but I think this is definitely one I can happily settle with. But yeah, I'm definitely hoping that the White Stripe Basculin will make a return in the future, because definitely want to get a second shiny one for Basculegion whenever they decide to release its evolved form. And now that GO Tour Sinnoh is officially behind us, it is now time for me to share my overall thoughts and opinions on this year's GO Tour event as a whole. So the first thing I want to say is that I am very disappointed that to this day we still don't have Phione, Manaphy, or Arceus, which now leads me to believe that Niantic has a more grand plan for these 3. And I feel like this would kind of make sense just because, like, you know, the way of acquiring Phione and Manaphy is through, like, eggs, and I really hope that Niantic will actually introduce them in this manner, because it would just be senseless to, like, do it any other way. And as for Arceus, I can also kind of understand why we still don't have this Pokemon yet, just because of, like, the way that it works is a little tricky because of the fact that it has, like, a special ability, and it has, like, special items called plates that, you know, allow you to change Arceus's type. And it also has a special move that goes with this type changing as well. So hopefully they'll actually figure out the perfect way to implement this functionality for Arceus, because I feel like it'd be kind of boring if they were to just introduce Arceus as a plain normal typing without the ability to change its type. But whatever the plan is, I'm sure Niantic's got something up their sleeve. But I would have figured that with this being the Sinnoh Tour, I would have thought that we would already have these Pokemon by now, and also their shiny variants, but we don't. And the one thing I will say that I did like about this event that unfortunately I didn't see in last year's GO Tour event is that we actually got reduced incubator distance, and also the community day moves for the Gen 4 Pokemon that already had community days. Whereas for the Pokemon of Generation 3 that already had community days, we didn't get their community day moves during last year's GO Tour event for Hoenn. So yeah, it was really nice to have these, and it was also a good opportunity to be hatching a bunch of eggs during the GO Tour event. And another really good thing that came out of this year's GO Tour event is definitely without a doubt the origin forms of Dialga and Palkia, and this new concept of adventure effects. And I'm now left to believe that there's probably going to be more than just these two moves getting adventure effects. I like the idea of like using like moves kind of like how HMs are used in the main games. You know, with like Roar of Time being able to pause the timer on like your Star Piece, your Lucky Egg and Incense, and like the Spatial Wren being able to increase the spawn radius of which you encounter wild Pokemon. I think those are both really nice. Of course, like I said, between those two, I really like the Spatial Wren adventure effect more so than the Roar of Time. And also, not to mention, I do like the little like map aesthetics, especially with like the pink ripples in the sky, and like just like the change in the background with like the ancient grove and the geothermal lagoon habitats. It was really nice to see that. I also wanted to mention too that I do like the fact that Niantic was able to implement like special like functionality with like the routes and also the party play during the course of the GO Tour Sinnoh event, with like being able to get the white stripe basculin while on a route, and also the fact that we were able to get some like nice little bonuses using the party play functionality. So I really hope that this little trend will continue with like some like later events, like maybe like another GO Tour event in the future, or perhaps even for like this year's Go Fest. Hopefully we'll actually see this actually return once again, because I feel like this is definitely a good way to, you know, encourage players to actually take part in those things. So honestly, if I had to rate this year's GO Tour event on a scale of 1 to 10, I would probably give it probably somewhere between like 7.5, maybe like 8 out of 10. It was a really good event, but honestly, this event could have been a lot better if they had actually already had implemented Phione, Manaphy, and Arceus by this point. But like I said, I really do hope that at some point within the near future, we'll actually see them. But I'm sure, as any of you could probably tell, I'm quite beat after the 2 days that we've had, because I've been out since like 10 a.m. on like both days, just like out and about, grinding hard, trying to get shinies and stuff, and also trying to stay warm and not freeze to death on day one. Yeah, I would say overall, like I had a really fun time with this event, despite, you know, some of the negatives that came with it. But, you know, in some cases, this is better to look at like the positives of it, and I think I definitely did that. You know, just like utilizing the adventure effects, and you know, I was also just, you know, having a good time with like my friends and like my dad on day 2. So yeah, it was a really good time. So with how exhausted I am, I think I'm actually going to go on ahead and hit the sack. And on that note, I'm going to go on ahead and I will actually end off this video right here. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this as much as I have. And as always, if you did, then please consider hitting that subscribe button down below. Also leave a like and a comment, won't hurt either. But anyways, that is going to be it from me today. I'm BVMSerious, and I hope you guys have a seriously amazing day. Thank you so much for watching.